Good morning, beloveds. The duck is very chatty today. Y'all might hear him. When I say duck, I'm talking about Foster, the black one. He's just taken to making this duck sound. Meh, meh. I'm just like, really? What is this? All right, but it is Monday. Well, at least today, this year it's Monday. July 11th, which means it's 7-Eleven day. If there's a 7-Eleven near you, they'll let you take, I think they changed the kind of containers, but you can take, as long as they're drink containers, for a certain price, you can fill that sucker up with their, whatever the drink that they're famous for, slushy or whatever. I don't know. All right. So, like I said, 7-Eleven, July 11th. Our title is Unlimited Possibilities. The first quote is, "As the branch cannot bear fruit of itself except it abide in the vine, no more can ye except ye abide in me." And that is John 15:4. The second quote is, "Each is a center of the all, and each has access to the all through their own nature." And that is The Science of Mind, page 482. The metaphor of the vine and branch probably referred to the family and the church, according to the Aramaic scholar George Lamsa, and was one of the people of Jesus' time could easily understand. And we can even today see its application in anything we might undertake. With any project, we can feel tense and anxious, even incompetent, or we can realize that there is a source available to us which never runs dry, lacks inspiration, or fails to provide the solution to any problem. In any area of human activity, in any activity of human creativity, there is what Robert Brown describes as an imprisoned splendor. And when we allow it to come forth, wonderful things result. We can devote ourselves to our endeavors free from frustration, knowing that God provides the inspiration. This is as true of homemaking as it is of artistic effort. It is as true of office work as it is of the construction of a new building. Anything we are moved to accomplish has already been created in the mind of God. Rather than feeling discouraged or inadequate for the task at hand, we can open ourselves to God and allow it to think its thoughts through us. When Jesus performed miracles, he never took credit alone. He said that it is the Father within which accomplished the great acts. Greater things than these are we to do. When we abandon our limited human consciousness and enter into the consciousness of God, we can see all kinds of possibilities. Our branches can produce beautiful fruit. I know that God is my source of supply in all things. I open myself to this wonderful abundance and remember that it is God's good pleasure to provide for me. I am thankful. Okay. And all I'm left with, and it's J.A., which I know it's Anderson. I'm trying to remember if it's Jean or Jane. Jean. I think I have a friend named I had a friend named Jane Anderson, and that's why I get them confused. Okay, so Jean Anderson. When I was reading through it, one of the things that I was remembering was, I believe it was Michelangelo. They were talking to Michelangelo, and when he's carving marble, like, i.e. David, he sees the form trapped in the marble, and so he works to free the form from the marble. And that's what it reminded me when she used that quote from Robert Browning, "Imprisoned splendor." But it also reminded me of this thing called imposter syndrome, which a lot of really gifted people have, because we're sitting at the table and we're going, why am I here? They're going to figure out I'm a fraud. I don't actually know what I'm doing. Why am I here? Which is really interesting. Because yesterday when I got up to do the closing treatment at the service, I looked at Danielle and said, I don't know what I'm going to say. And she just looked back at me and she said, you got this. Because it's the truth, you know. I had no idea what I was going to say. And to be honest with you, I don't know what I said. I really have no idea what I said in that closing treatment yesterday. Because I was willing to let go of my ego, plug into the spirit, or God, whatever you want to call it, and let the words come through my mouth that needed to be said. Did I say them for anybody in particular? Maybe. You know, anytime I open my mouth and start talking, generally, if anybody else benefits from it, that's fantastic. That's wonderful. That's great. Usually I say things I need to hear. So, but that's the kicker about imposter syndrome. It's like we think we're frauds. No, we're not frauds. We're just plugged in. We're plugged in. We're plugged into this inexhaustible source of amazing creativity. And that creativity is not limited, because a lot of times when we say creativity, we want to limit it to the arts. And I will not tell you how long it took me to own the term artist. Because most of the time what I'm doing, like I cross stitch and, you know, I've tried all kinds of things. It's like I'm passable at a lot of crafts and not really great at any of them, but I can do a lot of them. And people want to tell me I'm really good, and I'm like, I don't think so. But that's that so I finally accepted, because I take really good photographs. I really do. I can accept that term artist because I can create something from nothing. You know, before I took the picture, it wasn't a picture. And I like to make jewelry too. And that's another where, you know, yes, maybe I'm recreating a pattern that I've seen somewhere else, but I'm still creating something from nothing. But creativity, I mean, I know wonderful cooks and wonderful bakers, and like my partner is an excellent cook, which is really interesting, because like me, don't let me deviate from a recipe. I can bake like nobody's business, but cooking, if you give me a recipe, I'm fine. But like, I can't. He didn't follow recipes. Like, he'll follow a recipe but does whatever he wants in the recipe. He's an artist. That's creativity. Taking care of a household, like she mentioned homemaking. That requires creativity. Budgeting requires creativity. You know, all of this stuff requires creativity. And we don't give people enough credit. And they don't give themselves enough credit. So it's like we have all these unlimited possibilities, ways to use creativity, but we want to narrow that channel down to just this. No. You know, you can be creative about anything. Absolutely anything. And the way to do that is to plug in to that inexhaustible source. What you up to, Gabs? You need to go get in the window, baby girl? Yeah? Okay, so unlimited possibilities. And that quote from John 15:4, as the branch cannot bear fruit of itself, except that it abide in the vine, no more can ye, except that ye abide in me. So, we are plugged into an inexhaustible source of creativity that we can use in absolutely any avenue. Each is the center of the all, and each has access to the all through their own nature. We were made by God, of God, for God. And it means that we have access to all of that creativity all the time, anytime. We just got to be willing. So that was from the Science of Mind text, page 482. So the metaphor of the vine and the branch probably referred to the family and the church, according to the Aramaic scholar George Lamsa. His Bible, I have one of his translations of the Bible. It's interesting, but other people did better. And was one of the people of Jesus' time could easily understand. We can, even today, see its application to anything we might undertake. With any project, we can feel tense or anxious, even incompetent. I mentioned that imposter syndrome. Or we can realize that there's a source available to us which never runs dry, lacks inspiration, or fails to provide the solution to any problem. That's the Spirit. And because we are made from it, we are always connected to it. But it is up to us to consciously connect with it. The point of spiritual practice, let me remind you. In any area of human activity, there is what Robert Browning describes as the imprisoned splendor, which is why I was talking about the way Michelangelo carves marble. It's already there. It's already the creativity, the imprisoned splendor is already within us. It's a matter of us letting it out of bondage. Freedom. And when we allow it to come forth, wonderful things result. We can devote ourselves to our endeavors, free from frustration, knowing that God provides the inspiration. It's like when we are not inspired, where do we go? Well, Spirit is a good place. This is as true of homemaking as it is of artistic effort. It is as true of office work as it is the construction of a new building. There is nowhere we cannot be creative. Nowhere. Anything we are moved to accomplish has already been created in the mind of God. Rather than feeling discouraged or inadequate for the task at hand, we can open ourselves to God and allow it to think its thoughts through us. And honestly, that's meditation. Prayer is when we talk to God. Meditation is when we listen to God. When Jesus performed miracles, he never took credit alone. He never took credit alone, because he recognized that he was a channel for a power greater than he was. He said, "It is the Spirit within which accomplishes the great acts, and the greater things than these are we to do." Jesus said, "Look at all of these things that I can do. You can do them also. You can do greater than this." Like, I'm just scratching the surface here. Y'all can do better. When we abandon our limited human consciousness and enter the consciousness of God, we can see all kinds of possibilities. Our branches can produce beautiful fruit. So, I know that God is my source of supply in all things. I open myself to this wonderful abundance and remember it is God's good pleasure to provide for me. I am thankful. So, Jean Anderson, the mission today, should we choose to accept it? The mission today, should we choose to accept it, is to abandon our limited human consciousness for the greater consciousness of Spirit. To take that leap. What is it that we've wanted to be creative about? Take the leap. Try it. It does take practice. It does require work. But when we are plugged into the Spirit, we'll get there. We'll get there. And if it isn't for us, we'll learn that too. We'll learn something, but it may lead us to something better. So it's like, just because you start on a path doesn't mean you have to stay on the path. Because sometimes you start on the path and then you find this other path that's even more amazing and you go, woo, all right, which you would not have found if you hadn't started on the path that you started on. So take that leap. All right. The other one is the same mission I give you every day, which is to do something loving for yourself, do something kind for yourself, do something compassionate for yourself. Whatever it looks like. 3 deep breaths, go for a walk, take a nap. Actually engage all 5 senses in something. Be it a cup of coffee. Be it, like, if you have an essential oil diffuser, I'm not sure you want to eat it, but you know what I mean. Get that out and mix some oils up and make an amazing scent, and then enjoy how it makes you feel. The point of it is 1, self-care. 2, practicing loving, kind, compassionate on yourself because you deserve it. You're a beloved child of God. And 3, it's to create a habit, a default setting, a first response. Because we are going to meet people who need a little extra. Some days we are the people who need a little extra. And if we practice on ourselves, then we create that bank. All right? That's how we make a world that works for everybody, which is the goal of Science of Mind. The goal of science, it's the goal of Centers for Spiritual Living. I guess I should clarify that. The goal of Science of Mind is to know who we are. All right. And then the usual, do something to engage your mind and your body. I had an amazing bike ride today, hence the tank top. And then drink plenty of water. I have started taking a bottle of water on the bike ride. Today I didn't need it. That was good. Everything, there was enough moisture in the air that I didn't, dry out. But I did make a point to stop and drink it about halfway through the ride. Get that early in your day bright light, help to reset those circadian rhythms. It'll give you more energy during the day and help you sleep better at night. And then, as usual, always, open the windows of your soul. Allow the breath of heaven to remind you, you do live in heaven, right here, right now. It is all around you, all the time. Because it is a state of mind, it is a state of consciousness, which means we can create heaven in any place we are. All right? We literally carry it with us. So, all right. Catch us on the social medias. We are Creative Life Spiritual Center, Creative Life Spark. I am the Running Rev Ryan. I do need to work on that channel. Maybe Wednesday. We'll see. Have a great day, an amazing day, a wondrous day, a fantastic day, an amazing day, an enchanting day. I'm extra exuberant because it is Monday, and a lot of people don't like Mondays, but I actually enjoy Mondays. I do. So have a wondrous Monday, or whatever day of the week it is that you happen to be watching this. A fantastic day, an awesome day, a magical day, a good day. And if that is too much pressure, simply have a day, because you are enough, just as you are. You are a beloved child of God in whom God is well pleased, always and forever. You are also well represented. So, all right, beloveds. Don't sit on him. Reverend David should be on around 5 p.m. with you. I will be back with you around 9 a.m. I'm going to go to the chiropractor tomorrow, but I told the chiropractor that I had to be gone by 8:30 so I could do this. So we'll see. If you want to know what's going on at the center, please email info@creativelife.org. That will get you on our constant contact. That way, and those hot links are hot. They'll take you where you want to go. So take care of yourself. Know that you are loved, and I will see you next time.